on phone.
This is Praying Out Loud, the podcast, with your host, Sergeant Gerald Pee Wee Johnson, and co host Dory Mack. This is a place where you choose the topic and we bring the conversation. So keep it clean and keep it fun, and we'll keep it real. Catch us every Monday at 7 p.m., where life gets discussed and prayers get spoken out loud.
What's up, St. Louis? St. Louis, St. Louis. We a little bit behind. Not behind. Matter of fact, we kind of right on time. So, what's up, Dory?
Hey.
Hey, let's say. Well, today we had a guest that was supposed to come on. Something happened, emergency. I don't know recently, but everything was locked on early. So anyway, things happen. You know, so we were going to talk about because she just graduated from school last year that I was teaching at, and so she wanted to come on here and talk about um bullying in high schools. Because she said there was a lot of things that she was talking about pertaining to things that she saw in high school that parents didn't see, teachers didn't see. So she wanted to come on and mention to us a few things that maybe parents don't see, don't know, because the internet is a beast. The internet is a beast. So by being a beast, we just said that we would um, talk about that. So maybe we'll have her back on. I saw her at the school she's at now. And since she's not on, I'm not gonna say her name or what school she went to. But if she was on, then we would have introduced her school that she went to. She graduated from and the school she's going to now. But since she's not with us, I'm not going to. We're gonna still talk a little bit about it because you know when my kids were young, I got a chance to because I retired. I got a chance to go up to the schools and actually be a part of them. You know, so by being a part of the program, I was a school teacher. I was a school teacher. I was a school photographer, a school DJ. Um, by the time I got into high school, things kind of changed because I went out and opened up Deja Vu, so I didn't get a chance to spend a lot of high school days up there. But all during grade school and going into their freshman year, uh, I was in the school. I mean, they let me do what I do. In school, I had a class. I was teaching audio visual up at the school. Then when you know, it just I saw a lot of things up in school, and that I saw. So by me seeing them, I was on top of mine because my door was right there. No, you don't do that. You don't do this. You don't do that. I saw little girls sitting on other little girls' laps. And I said, no, we not finna do that. See, I'm not gonna say the school name because it's not. It's happening in all schools. So if you know about it, you see it, and just making it aware of. So old Dory's in the building. No hesitation. You got kids. My kids are all grown and they done left me. So you still got youngest.
I keep reminding you,
My bad. Okay.
my youngest is 24. All my kids are grown. So I
Okay.
don't have any little bitty ones. Everybody been out of school for a minute. Ain't got no grandbabies.
Okay.
So no, I don't have little kids. Biggest kid in the house.
All right. So about bullying up in schools.
Well, I mean, one thing when I was talking to the young lady and preparing for this show, it actually dawned on me because I deal a lot with toxic relationships and narcissistic relationships and narcissistic abuse. And for the first time, I actually thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, bullying is covert abuse. Covert abuse is designed to be secretive.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, the bullies are hiding, lying to parents, hiding from other adults and things.
Mm-hmm.
So they're actually engaging in toxic behaviors and perfecting their toxic, narcissistic, covert skills for their adult life in high school and even in elementary school. Because even like my nieces and things have to deal with bullying in elementary schools, and we have to equip them to be able to handle themselves, not physically, and can't always be putting hands on people. But
Mm-hmm.
that's not the first defense. Um, but by any means necessary, we're gonna stop this bullying, right?
Gotcha.
So yeah, I don't. I remember having bullies. I remember my best friend was actually my bully. She'll finally admit it now that she was mean growing up. But yeah, she was my bully.
I'm not saying back in my day we didn't have bullies. I just never saw it. I just never said I didn't see it back in cause back in our day we fought, win or lose,
Right,
we still fought. A lot of guys now today they can bully, but the first time you put your hands up, they put their hands in their pocket because you know what they're
yeah,
going for. So I don't think it's bullying is. I'm not an expert, and I ain't go to school for it. And I just see it's a little. I know a guy. I saw this guy. He said a lot of these young guys nowadays don't know how to fight
right,
unless you go to boxing and learn how to fight. But then these guys, gangsters guys, don't know how to fight.
right,
So-called gangsters don't know how to fight. They quick to pull their gun out. You guys, I boxed for the first 6 years in the Marine Corps. So, by me being short, everything that I did was a challenge.
right,
And I love the challenge. I laugh joke with my dad. You too small to go to the Marine Corps. But, I went to the Marine Corps at 116 pounds.
mm,
5'5", 116. Got in there and started boxing. When I came out of boot camp, I was 145 pounds. From 116 to 140, from 116 to 145, 140, 145. Then when I got out of boot camp, I decided to box because I didn't get a chance to box when I was here in St. Louis. I knew a lot of box, so I just didn't have time to box,
right,
like playing football. I played football for Sumner, ran cross country for Sumner. Wasn't a star, but I played.
right,
Got in the game. I was, like I said, 5'5", 116 pounds. I was not a big. I played defensive back. You know, like I said, I wasn't a star, but I played. Got in the game, played, got a few hits, ran cross country. You know, back in 76, 77. Then I had a baby
right,
my sophomore year, so I had to change some things. And had to go do what I had to do, get a job. I worked for Roosevelt Federal Savings and Loan, so it's a lot of stuff that I didn't get a chance to see in high school. Because of things that you know I just didn't get a chance to see because I was out working, and taking care of my daughter.
right.
I was a sophomore in high school, so yes, we had to fight. I used to run with this. It wasn't a gang; it was a club.
Right.
Everybody knew about this.
With
This
matching t-shirts or jackets.
Yeah, we had matching shirts. Yes, we did about 20. We was called the organization up at Summit back in
Okay.
70s.
The
I would say
club.
75, 76. We were known as the organization, but we was known for giving parties. But when we fought, we all fought. and that was crazy,
Right.
So you had that gang mentality, and we when one fought, we all fought, So
Tommy said that back in the day you fought, but you were friends the next day.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
that was back in the day. You're right, Tommy. Back in the day, those days are gone now. Nowadays, you shoot somebody, you don't see them next time, and then somebody come behind him and shoot him, and it's going back and forth. So back in the day, we fought. We fought, we fought. I gotta just give a special shout out
Go ahead.
real quick because he comes on every week. This is a guy that I put in the Marine Corps. I was a Marine Corps recruiter. So I got a lot of these guys off the streets. His name is Joseph Ragland. Every time I come on, I say I'm gonna give him a shout out because it shows up on mine late.
Yeah.
So mine is a little bit delayed. So Joseph Ragland, I put him in the Marine Corps. He said that was the best move he ever made in his life. He said, I saved his life.
Uh-oh.
So this was my uniform when I was in the Marine Corps. I was known as Sergeant Johnson. In the schools I had was Normandy. Well, matter of fact, I started off in the city schools.
Mhm.
Started off at Sumner, Beaumont, Vashon, um, ROTC. Had a lot of the city schools, and then they moved me from there out to the county schools.
Mhm.
And then I had Rittner, U City, Normandy. Those were my best schools. Ladue. I had about 6 schools, and then they moved me on South Kings Highway in Chippewa, which I had Southwest, McKinley, Roosevelt. Yeah, so I had all those schools. So I moved around in 3 years as a Marine Corps recruiter to get a lot of guys off the streets that they see me now, put a couple of females in too.
Mhm.
So, I want to say, I kept some of the bad guys and some of the good guys out of trouble. I done went into the courtrooms and they say, okay, you going with him or you going with me?
Right.
Hey, so we going with him. Dun, 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 dun. And they was going to the Marine Corps. So bullying can happen anywhere.
One thing that I know is different when we were growing up. Period. Bullying was isolated to either the school or if you lived in the same neighborhood
Yes.
with the person. Now you've got social media.
Right.
If you have a bully, you almost have no reprieve from the bully because they can get to you anywhere.
Anywhere, yes.
And the threads, you can go and delete them, but it's still there. It's
Yeah,
still somewhere.
mind.
So it's a lot more sinister now than it was
Yes.
back then.
And a lot of parents don't see it because you got young parents that's on the social media just like the kids.
They don't, they old and don't even know how to use
And
social
don't know how
media.
to, yes.
Or they don't understand, the text lingo and stuff because they got all kind of codes.
Right.
But what Urban Dictionary is my friend.
Okay.
I go look up anything because I still work in schools doing enrichment clubs, and I normally work with kindergartners through fifth graders, but they still sneaky and they still talk about
I know.
stuff that they don't think you know. But there was this show, I can't remember the name of it, where the mother was actually the one bullying her daughter, but pretending to be another high schooler.
Was it a white? Well, I'm just saying, was she white? She had to be white. White. Okay.
It wasn't no, but it was real life. It was based
Right.
on
I'm just what I'm
story.
saying. I just want to know if she black or white because
Yeah.
I don't know too many sisters gonna.
Oh, not
I'm
that
just
way.
saying, okay,
I mean,
okay, 'cause I
someone
mean-
might get with their daughters
Right.
a certain way, but no, she was pretending. She was like logging on different secret accounts and stuff, and literally bullying her daughter. And she was telling her daughter stuff like, "I hope you die," or stuff like real crazy stuff.
Mhm.
And she
Was
had
she
her
trying to
daughter-
make it tougher her up or something?
Well, so there was I think what happened was there was a little boy that she liked and they started dating and she wanted to separate them.
Right.
So she started off making it seem like there was another girl that he was messing with that was coming. And
Okay.
even when they broke up, she did it for years, throughout her whole high school years.
Right.
And so it was weird, but I started to take a psychology course about dark psychology because I want to know why. So what's going on in somebody's brain that would even think to do that. I can't even imagine. That's crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Lisa Gang in the building. Um, so I, like I said, I see things when I was in the schools, and I didn't see a whole lot, but I sit back and watch. Because I was like a volunteer teacher that came down there, and I sit back and watch things go on, and I see how things totally just got out of hand. But then, if you got a good staff, because kids gonna be kids, and a lot of kids, like you said, it can start on social media,
Mhm.
but they bringing it to the schools,
Mhm.
they bringing it to the churches, they bring it to every place that kids hang out. So it don't start in the school.
Or it can
Okay,
go both ways, starting in school and continue
right,
on
or it can
social media.
start in the playground,
Right,
and then they bring it to school,
right,
because it'll start somewhere at a little club or teenage club or whatever,
right.
and then they bring it to school, and that's when it get out of hand. So it's not that the school it's not the school's fault. It's the kids' fault. Then some parents, not all parents, but you got some parents out there that's really on top of what their kids do. They got this new program that's supposed to be coming out, which
Mhm.
I think is kind of neat. 16, 17 years old, the parents can log and see whatever their kids doing. That's good. But then some of you parents gonna find out some things about y'all kids. You gonna say, my kid is a good kid.
Mhm.
No, you gonna that's what I'm saying. The new program that they got coming out, you can watch what your kids watching, you can watch what your kids listening to, you know, you can pretty much follow everything they doing. If somebody's bullying, you gotta pick that up instantly, get right on top of.
Yeah, they so sneaky.
Yeah, they
That's
might use
crazy.
but because I know for a fact they sneaky. The reason I say that because I come when I was up at the school teaching, and everybody's supposed to turn in their phone. These cats come to class. Oh, we turned in a phone,
Right,
not
right,
my phone.
right,
As long as they see a phone, they ain't mess with it.
right,
But they got the phone in their pocket.
right.
Now, this is a problem that I saw that was really, really crazy. The policy, and I think that's going to become a policy nationwide. Some schools do it, some did. But I know here, if your kid is phone, only way you get that phone back is you have to come get it. And I done seen some parents
Man,
come up there and act a fool.
oh yeah,
But that same phone, if you got the phone, because think about it, we didn't have phone when we was coming up.
right.
What is so important about the phone now that you have to have a phone? Now, to some degree, that phone can get you in trouble during the daytime because what happens is you didn't heard fight finna start. They on the phone
They
calling their
texting
sisters,
everybody. Oh
telling their
yeah,
sisters come up here, telling their
right,
cousins come up here.
right.
Now you didn't create something more because you got a phone, which the school should be able to get on top of that if something happened. Because when I didn't see where a parent come up there because they said so another student was missed and got into a big old ruckus, big fight over because they had a phone. Because they didn't call it relative. And everybody know when you got that family
Right,
and it's about 14 of them,
right.
all
The
14
cousin,
coming,
the
and then the
cousin.
cousins, yeah, I hate to say it, my grandmother had a big family. It was 12 of them.
Right, right.
Well, 13 one day, but my grandmother had 12. And one fault, it wasn't no phone call because they wouldn't, you had to go out to now.
Right.
It's like one ran home, got the whole family,
Running back.
and they running back.
So
They,
I guess it's so difficult now because now a lot of people are concerned with when it comes to violence coming in the school.
yeah,
When the kids don't have the phones, you know, when there's been school shootings and certain things that's happened, they've been able to contact people outside
I got you.
to get them there sooner. So there's like this concern sometimes that it puts everybody in harm's way because now we have no way of communicating.
Communicate, yes.
And I have to admit, I can't imagine. I know we didn't have phones. So when you had them pay phones, you figured out how to get in touch with people,
Right.
you know, or you thugged it out. But now
I know.
trying without your phone. Try living without your phone
It
now.
was word of mouth back
It's yeah, yeah.
then. Nowadays, it's like, yes, because see, back in the day, you had to call somebody, then they had to call somebody. Every now and then, you might have a two-way.
Right, right,
And you
right,
can
right,
two-way them in. So that two
right.
went to four, and that four went to six. So you can do, but nowadays, it's like you could put one text out there, and
Right.
100 people know.
Yeah.
And if you have a large following, it might be thousands know. It's like society has changed us now where we can't live without our phone. You cannot. If you, I know this lady was telling somebody. She said she lost her phone. She said, "I lost my life." How you just lost your phone?
Your whole life.
My life was in my phone,
Mm.
from bank accounts, phone numbers. Back in the day, you can remember phone numbers like 652-675.
Right.
That number right there, I just said to my number,
Right.
and that person had that phone
Right.
ever since, I would say, back in 70. I would say 72. I
Mm.
remember that phone number. That was my grade school girlfriend. I still remember that number. I used to call her so much. But then everybody had that number because you didn't have to remember it was seven.
Right.
Now it's everybody knows 652.
Right.
What's it up? 371, 389. You remember those three numbers? Just remember the last four.
771.
Yes, yes. So
Five,
you
five,
remember
yeah.
it, right? It depends on what it.
Yeah.
So those days are like, now. If you lose your phone, you lost.
Mhm.
You don't remember nobody number unless they have a home phone line. You know,
I still got a home phone.
I do too. I still got a phone line. That's, I just couldn't get rid of mine for
Right.
some reason, and I got it knocked down to where it's just the cheapest thing on there,
Right.
just to keep a home phone line. Cause if your phone ever go down, now I did do this right here. I printed out a copy of all my numbers, so they just go say, "Who number is this?" Because they gonna see that home, that number.
Rolodex.
Yes, there you go. Fake Rolodex. It is what it is. It is what it is. But like I said, I'm old school,
Right.
and I'm gonna be old school. I mean, I ain't gonna say old school today. I'm old school. Period. I like old school music. That has never changed. Soon, I'm blessed to say this, sir, because I know what happened to me a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
I'm blessed to be the age I am.
Mhm.
It's so weird. I want to. This is just a shout out to a good friend that just passed last week. Y'all know he graduated the same year I did, the exact same year, 1980. He just went to Northwest. I
Mhm.
met him in summer school at Northwest. I went to summer school in '78. The funny part, me and his birthday was on the same day.
Mhm.
We talked about having a birthday party together a couple of years ago. He said, "Yeah, let's have a party. We have it up a high." I say, "Cool." Same age. Look what happened. You see what I'm saying? So I'm blessed to be the age that I am right now because, yes, when I say it, it's my testimony. You're gonna hear me say this all the time because God brought me back. So I know, people say we heard the story. You're gonna hear it from the day until I can't say it no more. God brought me back, and I'm still here. So my blessings are here. So when I say so, I'm glad to be here, and I see other people that's the same age as me and younger than me.
Mhm.
They're that pastor. Look, the daughter. That's She didn't get a chance to live her life.
Right.
None of that. So tomorrow, not even tomorrow, today is not promised to no one.
Right.
So every day, I'm not saying live as like it's your last, but just have as much fun as you can because you never know. And that was like something that just happened. And just recently, I just lost another friend that I grew up with. He was like a year older than me. He just passed. So we at that age now to where, you'll say we dropping, God calling us home. Now how he called us home, he called us home. Just that happened that way. So I don't want, like I said, talk about that. Like I said, I can talk about my mom, how she passed, and when she to be 79, 80 years old and live the life she lived and had the fun that she was all the way to the day she couldn't even go on a boat no more. That's her fun. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. Just live life to the fullest right now. You can, especially if it's something that you can't change.
Right.
If you can't change it, Don't get mad about it. Roll with it.
Right.
Roll with it. Roll with it.
That's kind of what we doing today.
Right.
Our guests ain't showed up, so we rolling with the
We
punches.
rolling with the
Just gotta
punches.
keep going.
I say, I hear you, Tommy. What's up, Cynthia? Burton? Yeah. So I said today the guest was supposed to come on. She didn't come on, so it's okay. So we basically still rolling with it. Remember, I said this is something that I always wanted to do, and now I'm able to do it. And we're still learning. I know Stephanie Songbird is getting ready to start her podcast, and I want her to be on my show. And she said, "I want you to be on my show." And talk to DJ Birdman. He finna start his show, And I want to interview people like that because everybody has a story to tell. Birdman, he's been DJing for years, ever since like about '82, somewhere in that area. And talk about him DJing and doing parties. And I've been DJing since about 80, something like or 80, right before I went to the Marine Corps. And he has some issues, but I want him to tell you his issues. But he has some serious issues too, and he want to be able to tell you about his issues, like what I went through with my massive heart attack. Having triple bypass. I'm still here. You know.
And you know what? I always stop and think you really don't know what you've been protected from. When I think about my younger years, and you done went to some party or something that your mama don't know that you there. You done done something that you sneaking around and doing something. Those are times where things can happen to you and nobody would even know.
Right.
Because so there's no telling what near misses, what we've all avoided, just in this time. I always think about it when I'm late trying to get somewhere and then I end up in traffic.
Right.
And I'll be so mad, like, man, I knew I should have left 10 minutes ago. But then when I sit there and finally realize, well, there's a car accident up here, that 10 minutes could have been the 10 minutes that
Right.
I was the one in that
And that
accident.
causes, yeah.
So you can't take any of this for granted at all. You gotta enjoy all of it and live.
What's up, Diane? Diane Bryant Robertson is in the building. She said, "Live like it's your last." Period.
Yeah.
You're right, and that's what I
Like it's
do.
your life. Yeah.
I see Cynthia says that is so true. Always said with these aching
Pains.
pains and arthritis in my whole body, live life to the fullest till you can't live no more. The last cruise I went on, the guy said so, which I do it anyway. He said, "Don't come on a cruise and go to sleep. Go on a cruise and party. Stay up as late as you can, party." He said, "Because right now you can walk." He said, "What about when you start getting older and you can't walk around on the
Right.
cruise?" He said, "Enjoy life." And that's what I do. So when I go on a cruise, yes, I'm up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I go get that piece of pizza and some ice cream. And so I gained about 5 or 10 pounds when I go on the ship. But like I said, I make sure that I get my money's worth. I walk around on the floors. I meet people that I don't know. I'm gonna mix and mingle, and you have to. 'Cause like I said, you don't want to go on a ship and you willing yourself around, which is gonna come to that
Right.
long. But you still have to enjoy life as it goes.
Yeah, and do things that you're afraid to do that you ain't never. What's something that you have on your? I want to call it a bucket list because it's like all the things you got to do before you kick the bucket. But
that's
what
that's
you
what
got
that
on
means.
your life list that you want to do?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I pretty much did everything because I was in the Marine Corps.
Mhm.
I done been around the world, been to Tokyo, been to Australia, been to Korea, been to Japan. I done been to Tokyo, Iwakuni, Japan. I did all. That's just around the world.
Mhm.
Hawaii, but in the states, I've been, D.C., California, Las Vegas. I've been all those places. So I did traveling, but now I was traveling on Uncle Sam's money.
Right.
Now I'm able to travel with my own money and go
Right.
places that I didn't go when I was, you know, with the government. So right now, pretty much I've been places that I wanted to go, and now that I have an opportunity to go, I've been to Vegas. When I was stationed in California, I went to Vegas about 6 times,
Mm.
and they told me Vegas had changed, but I've been already. I've been since they made the new changes, but now they're making newer changes than that.
Mm.
So my goal is right now, I'm doing what exactly what my mother said before she passed. She said, "Son, I'm okay." She said, "Enjoy yourself." So
Mm.
y'all will hear me say it a lot. She said, "Enjoy yourself." So hate to say that I don't even want to say that, but is that she said, "Enjoy yourself," and that's what I'm doing. The only reason I ain't went nowhere lately is because of the shutdown and the weather. And
Mm.
now that this war has started, I don't know if I want to go nowhere right now. You go somewhere, you get stranded. No.
You ain't gotta go. Like I want to go to. I want to go drink wine with sloths in Louisiana.
Oh, I'm okay
Stuff
with
like
going
that.
this,
Right.
but still, right now, the government still shut down. TSA still shut down.
Right. But you
So
can
I'm
go
just
to
saying,
Louisiana.
you taking a chance on going somewhere. You might be in there 2 or 3 hours. It's okay to go to the state. Now
Mm.
I'll go somewhere local, like
Right.
to Chicago, Memphis, Nashville. I go somewhere local. Well, I mean, my local 4 or 5 hours away. Yes, but pretty much every place I wanted to go, I have been. So there's no. My goal is right now is to say I want to go into it. Going to go on at least 2 cruises a year,
Mm.
one all inclusive, then just other than like I say, Chicago, get in my car and drive somewhere for a weekend.
Right.
That's what I want to do because I have nothing holding me back.
Mm.
Nothing holding me back to do the thing. I see Cynthia said, what Cynthia said, your mother? Oh,
You should go get you some new friends.
yeah, because the guys I am. She said, my mama said, give me some new friends because the one I got ain't about nothing. No, that was just a joke that we had when we was on the cruise because I went on a cruise with a bunch of my friends, and then she took a bunch of her friends, and they was telling me to get rid of them friends and meet the new friends.
Right.
So that was a good. I had a ball with them on the cruise. I mean, really had a good. It wasn't about nothing else but just hanging out with people. Cause like I said, I know how to talk, conversate, have fun. But
Right.
that's all it was. It's just conversating with them. And so the joke was leave
Get
them
you some
alone.
new
And
friends.
they told me to start hanging out with them. I had my partner, about 4 or 5 of my partners went on, and there was 4 or 5 of them. So I hung out with them instead of the guys I was hanging out with. So
Right.
that's what she meant. So thank you, Cynthia, for what's up, Kill Smith? Say
Mhm.
hey you too. Thank you. Okay. So I just want to get on her. I'm still growing. I got other things I want to work out. I won't still won't some of the we still do get a chance to look at some of the feedback maybe that day because like I say, sometimes this shows up late and I don't get a chance to see it. But Dory can see it fast to me, so that's why she try to respond. And if I glance over and I see something, you know, then I get a chance to respond. Like I say, it's a blessing to have met you, and I thank you, Tommy. I hope you talking about me. No, I'm just thank you, Tommy. Appreciate it. Much love,
Anybody
much
got
love.
any music requests?
Yeah, cause
He
I
be
would.
dying to DJ,
Yes,
dying to
I
spit it on the
am
ones and
still.
the twos.
Oh, we got
Mhm.
Shelly on it. Yeah, I love it. I've been DJing for over, I guess, about 40 years, and it's always been from when I was in the Marine Corps overseas. I got a chance to DJ, so I got a chance to meet guys from New York, where the scratching and the mixing came from. That's where it originated from. It just finally got to the East Coast. I mean, it got from the East Coast to the West Coast, the Midwest, and so DJ has always been fun because, like I said, I love music. I like old school music. Not a big scratcher, but I can scratch. Mixing can mix. But like I said, sometimes people say, I don't want all that mixing, just play the song. So that's what I try to do. So oh yeah, Cleese's husband. Okay, how you doing, Tommy? Just my mind going. Yeah, I know I'm still suffering from that concussion.
His repercussion.
Repercussion, right. Yeah, boy, that was a fall. I mean, I ain't had none of stuff. I don't think I had the hat on my head. But yeah, I had to go into the hospital, and I was like a little dizzy for a minute. And maybe I should let that out. But yeah, I was down for about 5 days, and I'm back now, better, but I still came out here because this podcast means a lot to me, and it's something that I always wanted to do. Now, slowly getting out there and having fun doing it. And like I said, we still going. And like before I go out here mainstream and get some of the people, some of these artists that I know, you know, I want to make sure I got it right, and I want to hit a lot of the local people because you got some people here in St. Louis got a lot to talk about. Like I talked to BJ the DJ. He been in radio for over 40 years. Him, like Stephanie Songbird, you know, she doing her thing, and I just want to be able to talk because somebody got something good to say. They just don't know about it. Social media has taken out, given us a platform. So let's just have some fun with it. Like I said, you pick the subject. Right now, only reason we doing what we doing now, we still subject is because like I said, the guest that was supposed to come didn't get a chance to make it. But I'm okay with what I'm doing. We got Shelly in the building. Shelly sell her little thing. I always mess with. I say Shelly sell her little a little that. She say, Pee, we do that. But she has an excellent business. Thank you, Shelly, for doing what you're doing. She's doing really, really, really well out here. So if you ever get a chance to go look at some of Shelly's products, go see some of their products. Hey, you know what? I just thought about something. You still teaching Zumba, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Zumba.
Zumba, okay, all right, all right. I got a little Zumba music over here.
You got a little Zumba music.
Next time you come over, I play a little Zumba music.
Zumba routine.
I do,
yeah. You can hang.
No, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. No, I just say you can do a little bit. You can get up and do your little hoot. Hey, there she gonna say you call them doodads. My man. Shelly, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Shelly. Oh, it's called Wine Covers and Moors, LLC. Shelly Singers. Look on her page, Wine Covers and More.
Drop your contact info.
Hey, Beverly, you know what? I want you to come on one day. The reason because she is another travel agent. Like I said, anybody that I know that's have a business, Beverly, let me set it up for you to come on one day. Because we had um Ellen on last week. And now if I could promote anybody business, that don't know your business. I have a few people that kind of follow me. Some people still like me.
Just a few.
Few. That's all I need is a few. That's all I need is a few. My mama said, give me some new friends, and I only want a few of y'all. Like the Marine Corps said, we only want a few good men. Mm-hmm. And I was one of them. Because everybody can't be a Marine. Everybody can't. Joseph Ragland to tell you that. But anyway, Beverly Allen is a good friend of mine. She's into the travel agent. Matter of fact, she's a lawyer too. Yeah, she's a lawyer too. So maybe one day I'll put you on, Beverly, and now put you on. I want you to come on and talk about your travel because I heard you done moved up in the travel part. So if you have and you want to come on, yes, I would love for you to come on. But anyway,
don't hesitate to drop a topic in the chat.
Huh?
I was telling them, don't hesitate to drop a topic in the chat. We can talk whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's about. You pick the subject.
In our old boring conversation.
Right. You pick the subject, we'll talk about it. Right. You got something you want to say right now? We just said Shelly Singleton, Wine Covers and More.
Right.
So you can tell them what all you sell, what some of the locations you at, Shelly.
Right.
And, maybe they'll stop by. I know she used to be at Brennan. I know she used to be at Deja Vu. Mm-hmm. She used to be at Deja Vu on the parking lot selling the stuff. Mm-hmm. And thank you, Shelly, because like I said, a lot of people that started off with me at Deja Vu and they moved to another whole level. And I thank you guys. We moved to another whole level together. So I'll call you, Beverly. I'll call you and definitely want you to come on and sit down. Because what I'll do is I'll send you the link. Once I send the link to you, and then you can come on and you be that third wheel. I mean, the third party. That what I call third wheel.
Right.
The third person on. So my thing is, I thank you guys for coming on, listening. Like I said, we had a little bit to talk about because my guest didn't show up, because of emergency. But I have a whole lot of people lined up, and I just thought that would be a good subject. So next week I'll probably have someone else on that wants to come on and talk about whatever they want to talk about. Just make it, just keep it clean and make it fun. We can laugh and joke about things and love that. Like Cynthia was talking about. My mom said, "Give me some new friends." That was our little inside joke on the cruise. Um, and like I said, the only reason I ain't put another cruise together because I'm a little nervous. I'm pretty sure y'all know what's going on in the world. We at a war right now. We don't know how this gonna end up. How many people? This is crazy. You know, and y'all just be prepared. Y'all know the elections is coming up this year. You'll have a chance to voice your opinion. What's up, Veronica Bellamy is in the building. What's up, Veronica? That's a good friend. That was a big supporter of Deja Vu. I've been knowing her for about 50 years at least. No, about more than that, because we was going to grade school. Yeah, we went to Gunlock. There's a lot of them Bellamy's. That's what we was talking about. It's a lot of them too. And I love that whole family, the whole family. Thank you for checking in, Veronica. So, like I said, if you have a subject you want to talk about, let's talk about. You got a club, a restaurant. Let's talk about. Tell what the food that you got. Because I'm gonna be doing a interview with Ken over at Hollywood, and let you know how Hollywood and the bands, all my bands that I got, that's over there on the first Friday we got some man. Second we have Songbird. Third we have Andrea, and the fourth we have. The third we have Corman, and the fourth we have Andrea. Be packed up in there, So that's another blessing. So I want to thank everybody for coming over there, showing me some love over there, showing kids some love, showing Holly Lou some love. So hey, this is what this is here for. I'm growing. We moving the wheel slowly, 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 slowly. I have a. I don't know if I'm gonna be on next week because I have a very important meeting, and these guys here that I'm having this meeting with, they will ask me to be a part of it, and these are some heavy hitters here, boy. These some heavy. And like I said, I don't think they mind because, like I said, we doing it for a good cause. And I know some people going when I say the name, you'll say, "What?" Yes. Dennis Heyman, Danny Craig, and Lorenzo Petty. We're coming together to do this form. We got a name we ain't gonna put out, but these guys here have changed from the way they were to, being preachers, deacons, and doing things, because God brought them back. It brought them in a different way, like you said. Whatever they did in the past, that's in the past. What's going on now? Two Joe's Entertainment. We finna put together a gospel forum that we're gonna bring a couple of gospel groups in, and these guys are the ones that are behind it. Just want me and JoJo to be out there, so you're gonna see some things and hear some things about what we got coming down the road. These guys here, I don't want to say legends, but they legends. They well known in the community. So that's all I'm saying. So what they got going on, I think you're gonna really like, because they want to tell these young brothers out here is they what they went through, and you don't want to go there because you then they. I don't think I said they've been through something. I love what they doing, how they came together, and they want me to be a part of it. So it's a positive thing that they're doing, and I'm glad that they asked me to be a part of it. So what I'm gonna do is 7:45. This is my time where I say POL, play out loud. Then nobody send no requests in, so I'm gonna play what I want to play. And so next time, send me a request in, and I'll play your song. That's why I want it to come at the end. We still working on the format. We still working on the format. How we gonna do this? But this is called POL, playing out loud. Praying out loud is when you get on here and you talk about whatever you want to talk about. So right now, this is a time for just to listen to music. You gotta go get you something to drink, go use the bathroom. This is that time. It's that time. Cleo, what you say? Praying without ceasing. Like I said, this is where you can play the songs of classics. I gotta get up there. Play one more classic. One more classic. Everybody should be back. Get your red cups. This is a classic.
Here you come again. All sad and confused.
Just sit back
Instead
and relax.
of bringing me good news, you always bring me the blues. You know, sometimes you look better gone than you do coming. Now I wouldn't lie on you for nothing in the world. But however, there's some things a man must tell. You got a body like fishing, but your mind is I should be your lover, show enough lover.
Definitely a classic.
You come to me when it makes you feel bad, and you tell me how it makes you feel sad. Lay your head on my shoulders and cry.
This is the time you just sit back and relax.
Cause I'm the one who
Listen to a
loves you.
classic.
Now wipe the tears from your eyes. Cause oh, I should be your lover.
This is the time you be in the basement, turn the red light on. You too young to hear about that.
I should be your lover.
Too young to hear about the red light basement party. You don't know nothing about that.
Nope.
It should have been me
Oh,
right from the start. Cause I could never, no, I'd never break your heart. Because I was shy, you just passed me by. Girl, I'll do anything now. But some things gonna have to change now. Make up your mind, cause we're wasting time. We're wasting time. Cause I should be your lover.
we're just gonna make this grow.
I should be your lover. You're sure enough lover. So baby, don't love you.
Oh,
Don't know like I love you. And I bet you don't need you like I need you. Now it's you and me, girl, and you don't have to go. I've got a few more things to say. It won't take long. Cause I bet you don't love you.
this is a
If
classic.
you did, you wouldn't do the things that they do to you. They don't need you. If you did, you wouldn't be crying. Oh, baby, baby, look at you.
These are classics. Cause he ain't talking about beating you up. He ain't talking about spanking. He just talking about loving you. This is real good music here back in the day.
You anything now. But some things gonna have to change now. Make up your mind. Cause we're wasting time. We're just wasting time. They don't love you. But they don't love you like I love you.
Special shout going out.
They don't need you. If he did, he'd be good to you. You wouldn't be crying. Oh, look at you. Cause I should be your love.
I'm gonna say this right here, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
The sexiest DJ in the loo. It's DJ Pee Wee.
All right, St. Louis. I thank you guys once again. We still working on, we going up the steps, and the ones that came in, we do this every Monday from 7 to 8, just 1 hour of your time. I want you to be able to call in, pick the subject. Let's talk about the subject. Pick the music. Let's play the music. And I'm hoping that this grow just to have some fun. I ain't trying to, like I said, I got some other people that I want to reach out to later, that I am going to reach out to later. But just want you guys to know this is what we're doing. My good friend Dora, Dory Explorer, Dory. I just say the lady with the purple hair. That's all I'm gonna say. The lady with the purple hair. And I thank you guys for tuning in with me, and staying with me. The ones that do look at it later, and we're gonna have some pretty good subject. But the deal is, I want you to pick the subject.
Yeah, tell us what y'all
Yeah,
want us
tell us what
to
to talk about. This, talk about your business, talk about your company,
Talk about Pee Wee.
talk about Pee Wee, talk about your kids, how good kids, what you did. Hey, what type of parent you were. Hey, I put 2 kids through college. Whatever the kids you want to talk about. Just this is our platform. Something that I'm giving from me to you guys. And Dory has been excellent in what we do. If you got something you want to talk about prior to, she'll call you, present the questions to you, so what she'll know what to ask you when you actually come on.
So we'll make you as comfortable as possible.
Right, and then I'll send you the link. You can get on here and talk about whatever you want to talk. I'll send you a link, and you actually your picture will be on here. You know, uh, uh, Andrea, I got a interview with her soon. So I got, like I said, Andrea is my girl. Matter of fact, all of them, they just been with me for years. So we grew together from some man been out here for a long time, but Carmen, Songbird, I got Crystal Lynn coming on soon. Andrea, she was just at Hallelujah. Matter of fact, she was just at Hallelujah last Friday. So we got some man this weekend. So once again, I said at 8 o'clock, I like to be off here. Cleo, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So like I said, we're growing a little bit at a time. We still taking baby steps, ironing out some kinks here, making sure that I pay my internet on time, because sometimes when I'm a little late, they slow my stuff down. So I gotta pay it in the full. They said if you pay half the bill, we gonna give you half the service. So that's what they've been doing. So if I'm a little slow, that means I ain't paid the whole bill. So once again, it's almost 8 o'clock. Dory, you got anything you want to say to the people?
Nope. I just want to encourage everybody to join in and have a good time. Like he said, make it fun. And yeah, just keep encouraging us as we keep attempting to encourage you guys. So we appreciate you very much.
Yes, and like I said, anyone, like I know Beverly, I'm gonna call you because I know you have a couple of things that you got going on, and you come on here and talk about it. Be like I said, you might get one person, you might get a whole group of people, but I'm opening the doors for everybody to get on here and do what they do or say what they say, and I appreciate it. It's almost 8 o'clock. It's 8:59, and all thing I say is thank you. Dory, you got anything else to say?
Nope.
We got to get that ending, because you got to have that ending commercial. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. We got a theme music coming on. Let's get a theme music going off. Can we work on that?
Yeah.
I know somebody asked about the background. We're gonna change the background. We're just getting everything together here. I like my background because it's showing now I served my country and I served it well. See them stripes and all of those stuff on there. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and leave. Get off this thing here. Y'all see my little Marine Corps man over there. I gotta put some brown on his face because he's a little bit light skinned. That's not me. See, I'm dark. So anyway, Cleo, you said good night. And
that's our cue.
That's our cue.
That's our cue.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Peace.
Abaduchi.
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. All that stuff right there.
Right.
Thank you.